Hello everybody, welcome to the Black Advancement. I'm your host and moderator, Ajiman Jasante Goodman. To my left is Greg Goodman, to my far left is Deanna Ali, and to my right is Danielle Ali. And today we will be talking about stereotypes. Before I get into that, I would like to introduce you to the Black Advancement itself. The Black Advancement is a movement that is built to uplift the community, combat problems in the community through action and dialogue. First, the front street for this issue. Every race suffers their own negative stereotypes. However, black people have probably more than everyone else. The issue also combats itself and becomes more deep when we actually perpetuate these stereotypes, and it becomes more complicated that way. What we're trying to debate today is whether this is true or not, and if stereotypes actually contribute to the destruction of the black community. So with all that being said, we'll go into our first question, which is, are black people accurately stereotyped? And I will start with Danielle.
To a certain extent, they are. Because a lot of the stereotypes that are placed on African Americans, we actually do perpetuate those. And you see it. So you can't say it's not true when you actually see those stereotypes being fulfilled.
Is there anyone specifically that particularly annoys you?
Yes. How? Well, there's a lot. So, but I'm just going to say one where, like, African American men, like, they want fast money, so they sell drugs, and I've seen it a lot. So it's not necessarily a stereotype, but not all black men obviously sell drugs, but a lot of them do to get by, or for whatever reason they do so. So when other races look upon African Americans and see that, I understand why they say it, but it's just bad that they place every African American in that category. But.
And what a perfect segue. Greg, your next question. I'm just playing.
Oh, wow. Thanks. And bless you.
Bless you. Bless you.
I'd have to agree for the most part. Like, as far as the stereotypes that were given to us in the beginning or whatever, now we're actually portraying them ourselves on a lot of things, television and everything else. So to most people that don't really know about the black community and everything else, people outside of other races, if all they see is us on TV, for the most part, we're fitting every stereotype on there, every last one of them. But as far as us as a people go, I would say it's got to be about half and half. There's half people doing right and half people just falling right in line with that stereotype. So,
is there any age group you think that it falls in for more, or you think it's just spread evenly throughout?
As far as age groups, it's definitely more so with the younger cast because they see what's on TV and they want to be what they see on TV. So most of them fit themselves in that box before they even know who they are. Once you get a little bit older, you know who you are. Then other people start branching out.
In terms of the question that you asked, I took a class on multiculturalism while I was at UVA, and we did a group activity where we had every race's stereotype put on the board, and so the whole class was able to put different stereotypes they thought about different races. And you would see all the other races being portrayed. It was about half positive stereotypes, like half negative stereotypes. But when you looked at the black people stereotypes, majority of our stereotypes were negative. And so standing there with all the other black students in the class, as we were already a minority, and seeing that the stereotypes portrayed that other races and ourselves thought about each other, it's kind of disheartening. So I think that there are a lot of stereotypes that are negative that are put on the black community. I don't think a lot of the positive stereotypes are highlighted by us as black people and by other races.
Are there any negative stereotypes, or I guess stereotypes that you feel that you all like actually perpetuate within your everyday life?
For African American women, we're seen as loud, ignorant. Like,
are you talking about yourself in this instance, or are you just saying?
Well, I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
I'm saying in general. Okay. Sometimes we can have an attitude or get angry, and when we're seen as angry, it's ghetto, ignorant, loud. But when you see another woman from a different race get angry, it's, oh, we have to sympathize with her, we have to make sure everything's okay, make her feel better type of thing. So, as an African American woman, I guess if I was put in a certain situation and I felt disrespected, I wouldn't necessarily get like, oh, this and that, but I would be like, excuse me, like, do not, talk to me that way or this and that is automatically looked at as, oh, she's loud, oh, she's being ghetto, and it's very frustrating. I think about that a lot in terms of when I'm at my workplace. If I'm to get angry, I have to watch myself, because I know that how I would be portrayed as when I'm angry, oh, she's very combative, and people would get very scared, even though I don't think when I get angry, I don't act differently than as if one of my other counterparts got angry. And this is also including gender as well. If, say, one of my white women counterparts got angry, I don't think they'd be perceived the same way if they were to come back and do a rebuttal as I would. So I keep that in mind. Even in my day-to-day work experience, I want to make sure that I sit down and calm down and make sure that when I do address the issue at hand, that I come in with, as calm as I can be and still aggressive. But also regarding the stereotypes, I always have to think about not only being black, but also I have to think about the gender as well as being a woman. And you have to, and there's a certain subsect of particularly like black female stereotypes that a lot of that our black men don't necessarily have to worry about that we do. So when we're talking about the stereotype, I always have to remember my race. It comes first, but I also have to remember I'm a woman too, and gender comes. And I'm sure for other people, they have other categories they put themselves in that they have to worry about too. So.
Well, as far as stereotypes that I would fall into, I'm not gonna lie to you. I love fried chicken. There, I said it. I love it.
I actually don't like fried chicken.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I know.
But that's your bag, baby. I love it. And I don't give a damn who knows.
With that said, why don't we go to the guy on the couch and see what they're saying from the website. Guy on the couch, what you got, man?
Okay, for question number 1, are black people accurately stereotyped? First response comes from Peace Be the Journey. Peace Be the Journey says, unfortunately, there is truth said in jest. I believe that some stereotypes do fit into black culture in general. However, the emphasis that is placed on our stereotypes and the wide acceptance of them by both us and other races is extremely frustrating and disappointing. Back to you.
Okay, what do you guys have to say to that? Agree, disagree?
I wouldn't disagree with them completely, but part of the, I guess, stereotype is things that are like natural with black people. We've been the best at making the most out of nothing. So that with that comes a certain bravado that most black people carry with them, and in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? So as far as that part of it, I would say that's something that's not just a stereotype. It's a culture thing. It's we've been brought up with, for a lot of us, from the beginning in this country, been brought up with less, so we've learned to make less with more. So there's a certain, I guess, arrogance that we have with the way we carry ourselves in a lot of things, more so than stereotype.
I know that there have been things that have been attributed to black people as being natural that are necessarily natural to us. I think of, the stereotype that when, black people are trying to talk properly, that we're automatically acting as if we are not black. And that's something that people have attributed to us, that it's natural for us to talk a certain way, and when we don't, then it's unnatural. So I think that the naturalness thing could be created, and it's not necessarily something that's innate to all black people. And another thing that he was saying, our comment from the website, there is truth in stereotypes. There's some truth to a lot of the stereotypes, but what makes it the stereotype is when we attribute it to all the black people.
Right, yeah.
And also too, like with the selling, something a negative stereotype is that all black men sell drugs and that they want to always get fast money and do things the easy way. Now there's only a certain subset of those types of people there, but when you look at the problem of, why do black men actually sell drugs and why are they in jail more disproportionately than other races, that the stereotype only captures a fraction of the problem. It just focuses it on an individual instead of the system and the society that they're in, and it helps you to ignore the circumstances of these individuals, and it would be greater than just that stereotype. And addressing the circumstances will require the system to change, and a lot of people don't want the system to change because it benefits them. So
that could be actually another conversation for another time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually agree with the comment from the website, but it is frustrating to know, like you were just saying, how stereotypes, and I guess that's the definition of it, it's casted on the whole entire race. And if we break it in any type of way, we're not being who we are, or as other cultures would see us as. So then who are we if we're not perpetuating those stereotypes?
Do you find that we view ourselves as those stereotypes? That we embody those and embrace them, like negative things?
Some we do and some we don't. I would say that. Like when I was talking about the kind of bravado, like the same, I hate to use this word, the same swag that someone like Barack Obama has. You know what I'm saying? He's not ignorant and
right.
He's a class dude all the way, but the same way that confidence that you kind of see in him is the same confidence that a dude that you'll just see on the block kind of has. Two totally different people, and that's the kind of, that's what I was talking about, like one of those kind of stereotypes. We all, to a degree, have that kind of thing, at least as far as I think with black men, is that innate confidence with a lot of things. So that
can come off.
That can come off. But
or you can call it a certain amount of pride.
Yes, that would be a much better word, pride.
But with that said, go to our website, which is www.blackadvancement.com. You can check out our research section. If you want to comment on a section and you don't feel like you know enough in the background, you can go to our research section. We have articles there, help you come to your own decision. Also, you can check out debates such as this roundtable right here by going to our debates tab. And also you can check out some of the solutions that we've tried to do in the past, such as the 10 credit commandments, which we actually do have a booklet for and is online as well on soft copy, and stuff that we're going to try to do in the future, such as the Page 57 documentary. With all that said, we'll be back with question 2 after this.